what prices you need to sell your product or service at. I feel that this is the absolute best way that any business can scale by just pricing the product or service in the right way. Now, generally, there is a myth that people tend to think that whenever they are starting a business, they need to charge low and gradually increase the prices once they have some traction into the market. See, there is a total addressable market. There are like red ocean strategies, blue ocean strategies, purple ocean strategies. Now, if you want some guidance around this, I've created this video that you may be able to see here. But all of these strategies are like, okay, this is something that we can do, this is tried and tested, and okay, this exists. But what I have figured out is like all of these gurus saying that you need a good offer, you need a right offer, you need a offer that is irresistible or anything like that. I feel that that is all bullshit. All you need to do is place yourself in the market in such a way that helps you with closing any kind of product, any kind of prospect, or helps you sell the product by itself. You don't have to deliberately convince the prospect or make people trust your product to get it sold out there, right? So you have to place yourself in such way into that market that would enable easy sales for your business. So without wasting any time, price being the one of the major factor that how your product or service is looked upon is something that we would be looking at into this video. Let's consider that we are selling hoodies. Now this is a simple math that we have here, that is a normal distribution. So basically we are looking at selling hoodies, right? Let's consider you are selling hoodies, and you can analogously think about your business in the back end. We have this normal distribution where you can see like 68% of people lie in one particular segment, 13.5% of people on both the ends lie in one particular class, and 2.35% on both ends lie in a particular class. What is that class? That is the price at which they are selling the product or service. Now going from left to right, the prices increase. Now if you are selling hoodies, let's consider our price is 0 here and our price is 10,000 here, right? And the number of people who are selling those hoodies, right? So let's consider that there are 100 people who are selling hoodies and you are one of them. And out of those 100 people, 68% of people are charging anywhere between 5,000 rupees. Let's consider, okay, this is just hypothetical, just for you to get an understanding, a median price that there is from a scale from 0 to 10, 10 being the most expensive, 0 being the most affordable. I don't want to use the word cheap, but I guess you understand. Most affordable, most expensive. And most of these people, out of the 100 people, the 34%, 68% of these people are selling at 5,000 rupees median average price, right? And there are 13.5% of people on the both end who are charging less than the average, and some people charging more than the average. And again, there are like 2.35% of people who are charging the least amount of money for the hoodie, and there are again 2.35% of people, the top 1% I would say, who are charging an extremely high amount for the product or service. I personally feel that whenever you are starting out a business, you need to start with charging more. There is no way around. Once you need to go very specific, solve one particular problem of one particular industry, and you'll be set. So for example, I started out with solving problems for gym owners, and I specifically targeted only gym owners. All of my clients were gym owners, and that worked real well for me. And only after that I went out to the generalized markets, so that I can use the leverage that I have created here to expand out there. And I charged quite a hefty sum like while starting out itself. So the people on the right are charging high for the hoodies, so they're doing good, they are making some money. People on the left are charging less. Now it's not bad that you charge less, but all you have to do is you have to increase the volume of sales that you are getting here, which again becomes hectic. So my question to you is like, is it easier, let's say you are charging 5,000 rupees, okay, here you have 68 other people who are charging the same thing, 68 other people who are charging the same thing, right? And how would you differentiate your business in this particular market? Probably the fit, probably the style, the texture of your hoodies or anything like that. And my question to you is like, as a business owner, I know how difficult it is to make the slightest change to your product or service. So when I say that you have to put in a lot of effort to change the print and the graphics and get the right quality of fabric into making the hoodie, it's gonna take a lot of effort for you, right? So you have to do the research, you have to hire a graphic designer, change stuff with your product, and even doing that, you don't know if you would be differentiated by the other 68% of people who are charging the same amount of money, right? So when you are in the normal price section, if you say like I'll charge probably the same like everyone else is doing, like the market rate, then you are, I'm sorry to say, you are the dumbest person to be there. Now what you have to do is like you are literally one other marketing agency, one other product out there in the market. So what you need to do is you need to price your you need to set your offer and price it at the extreme left or at the extreme right. Either you have to be the cheapest person that there is who does the job at the least amount of money, like the most affordable option out there in the market, or you have to be the most expensive expensive person, expensive business out there. And I'll tell you why. See, I personally like to charge more. I'll tell you why. Because see, whenever you are charging the least, you have to sell more, right? So basically it's like if you want to make a revenue of 1 lakh rupees, 1 lakh rupees, and you are selling your hoodie for 1000 rupees, right? So you have to sell 100 times to get to that revenue, right? You're making 1 lakh rupees there, and let's say profit margin of 20%. But when you are on the higher range, expensive range, what you have to do is you have to only 10, see, let's say you are selling your hoodie for 10,000 rupees, right? And to get to a revenue of 1 lakh rupees, you have to sell only 10 times. See, my question to you is like, is it easier to pack 100 hoodies or is it easier to pack 10 hoodies, right? So it's much easier to fulfill less number of people than to fulfill more number of people. And remember this statement that I would be talking about right now. It is much easier to sell one expensive thing to one rich person than it is to sell an affordable thing for 100 poor people, right? This might feel a little evil, but this is the fact. All of the millionaires that you see, Zomato, Swiggy, and everything that's happening in India, these people are not selling to the poor. These people are selling to the cream of India. The people who are lazy, who just have money sitting in the bank and they just want something to be delivered in their home while gaming or while watching the TV or Netflix or anything like that. So if you think that Zomato and Swiggy was made for poor people, you are wrong. It was made for the cream, the rich people of India, right? So I hope this is making sense to you. Like, it's crazy out there, right? So to make 1 lakh rupees, on the left side, on the lower scale, you have to sell 100 times. When you are at the expensive side, you have to sell only 10 times to get a revenue of 1 lakh rupees, right? Now my question to you is like, let's say I help you enable yourself to charge more. You charge 10,000 rupees for a hoodie. What would be the cost for you to make that hoodie? I'll still say that it would be 500 rupees or 1000 rupees at tops, because you have created a brand in such way that your profit margin are 90% out there, right? You have created a brand that would give you much higher profit, which you can invest back into the business, put yourself in front of the more cream of the nation or any where around the world, and you would get the sales for you, right? So there's another benefit here that I would like to talk about. When you are charging like the most affordable price, the cheapest person or cheapest option available out there, people tend to forget you. But when you are like charging like absurdly high from the market value, people tend to remember you, right? So for this example, what do you think are the brands who sell expensive hoodies? I don't know what brand sells what kind of hoodies, but this is the list that I've created which happen to sell expensive hoodies. Anyways, you know the brands, right? H&M, Soul Store, Zara, Nike. Now these are the brands you remember because probably you have associated them with luxury, and these people sell good stuff even if you can't buy them, but you aspire to buy these products from there. Now it's the same thing with every luxury brand that there is. Luxury, Rolex, any kind of luxury cars that there are, right? Expensive Patek Philippe or anything like that, expensive watches, luxury watches that there are. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here, right? So you do not have to charge less when you are entering the market. You have to charge more, which helps you or gives you the benefits that I just talked about here, right? If you have any product or service that you want to sell, make sure that you position yourself in a way that would help you to get more sales, make your work much easier, and also it brands your pricing brands you by yourself. Now imagine basically it's like any person who's searching for a hoodie online and they see a hoodie that is worth 10,000 rupees, they would instantly show that landing page or the product of yours to the next person who is sitting beside them. Look at this, he's charging so much for this particular hoodie. Now let's say you are charging like 500 rupees for the hoodie, the most affordable option out there. I think that their quality might be a little, I doubt their quality, right? I don't feel that I should buy such a such a cheap product. I don't like this word, but such a cheap product, such an affordable product, I feel there is something wrong in the product there. That's why they're charging so less. This is probably the mindset that we already have developed with products or services that are affordable, but we have a completely different mindset for the products and services that are more expensive. So putting it all together into this video, I feel that whenever you are starting out a business, you need to work on your pricing, position yourself that would enable you to charge more, and everything else would take place all by itself. So this is everything I have today. If you are looking to get help with creating a brand, getting more clients, getting acquiring clients online, and positioning yourself, that would help you to get inbound leads into your agency or online service business or any product business that you have, there is a link in the description. We might be able to help you, but we are not sure that we would be able to help you. So there would be a little questionnaire, you have to fill that out. Once we feel that we may be the right fit, we'll sit on a discovery call, we'll find out if we can help you in the first place, and only after that we would take things going ahead. So if you feel that this is something for you or you want some help around this thing, then please click the link in the description. We'll sit on a meeting and we'll figure out if we can help you.